Hey guys, welcome. Crusader Kings 2, a Game of Thrones mod, has just been updated. This is basically a little video I'm doing just as an update. The update has added the Blackfyre rebellion and what was the other one? A Feast of Crows scenario. Two amazing scenarios I've been really wanting to play. I've been really waiting for both of them to come out. Basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you guys in celebration of this new update and these two new scenarios, I'm going to ask you guys who I should play as. Now, whoever you guys pick, whoever gets the most mentions, I will play as tomorrow. Just basically tell me what house you want me to be, and also what scenario. It doesn't have to be one of the two scenarios, but it can be if you want. What I'm going to go through in a second is I'm going to go through the Blackfyre Rebellion, just to give you a few of the pinpoint ones I like, or ones that I haven't been, or something like that. And then I'm going to go through a Feast of Crows scenario. Don't worry though, I'll tell you before I go on it, because the Feast of Crows scenario has a massive spoilers. I don't want to ruin anyone's love of the book, or love of the TV series, let's say, because, you know, it's one of my favourite fictional series. And so yeah, when I get to that point, I'll warn you, do not watch after that point. Really, I mean, don't, because I've looked at it, and it shows you exactly what sort of happens. It's basically what happens during a Feast of Crows and a Dance of Dragons. So yeah. Please do not watch up to that point. Like I say, I'll warn you. I'm just going to go through and flicker through the people I think would be really cool to play as. Also, for me, it'd be good because I'll be able to see by the scenarios you guys pick. If a load of you pick like a Feast of Crows scenario, it means that a lot of you I know then have read the books. So that means when I do it, I haven't got to worry about spoilers for that one. So that would be a good series. But like I say, it really depends on you guys. If any guys pick a different one, I won't bother saying anything that happens after, just what's going on at the time. But yeah, it's pretty exciting. They're both really good scenarios, so it's actually gonna be really fun, I think. Also, in celebration of the fact I passed 100 subscribers and 10,000 views, ridiculously insane at the moment. The rate the channel's growing is just, you know, unprecedented. Didn't think it would grow this fast, this quickly. It's pretty cool. I'm only been playing this game at the moment so far most of my time, just because people seem to like it. I enjoy playing it, and there's not really any other things coming out at the moment, which is really disappointing. But soon, you know, the gaming season starts quite soon. Obviously, when you get to about autumn, that's when the big one starts. So there'll be loads of stuff then. But at the moment, it's basically going to be this. Yeah, and also what I'm going to do, I've been releasing about a video a day, trying to at least. So it's going quite well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be releasing 2 videos a day. And when I say 2, I'm going to try and release 2 videos a day. Because obviously, you guys are probably thinking, hey, you've already got 2 series going, Let's Plays for this. Why have a third, you know? You haven't even started, you haven't even played the Martell one for like over a week. What I'm going to do, like I say, yeah, I'm going to play 2 videos up a day, hopefully. Going to get back to the Martell one actually today, hopefully. Be posting some of that up soon. Obviously, the thing was, the start one was just going so well. You know, it was really fun. Exciting things were happening. So I was really enjoying that. So I wanted to put that all up to show you guys. The Martell one at the moment isn't as interesting, but you never know. Something might pop up. What I'm going to do though is when one of those two, whenever a series finishes, I'm always going to start a new one. To always keep things going and keep things changing. So you guys have been asking for new ones. This is your chance now to ask for a new one. But don't worry if yours doesn't be the one that I choose. Well, it isn't the one that's chosen. You can wait until one of them finishes and we'll continue. Like, obviously, when I say finish, it's quite hard to sort of have an ending for this sort of game. So what I'm going to do is if I ever get bored of one, like let's say if the Martell one, nothing much happens for the next 5 episodes. I'm getting a bit bored. What I'll just do like a suicide thing where I just try and take the Iron Throne, make an alliance, make a massive scheme to take the Iron Throne and then take over. And if I lose, that'll be it for the game. If I win, that'll be it for the game. You know, so either way, you know, it's going to be the end of the game. That's if I get bored though of this series. But that's just to allow new things to come through. Because like I say, I want, you know, you guys have obviously got other things you want me to see to do. I don't think as many people actually do these series. So yeah, that's probably why. But yeah, so that's the idea. Also, if the one that's the one I pick, well, sorry, you guys pick, keep saying that. If it's not one of the 2 new scenarios, but someone mentions a scenario and a character, you know, or a family, sorry, that I think is an amazing idea. Like if everyone says I'll be the Tullys during, let's just say, the Tullys during the Clash of Kings. I'll do that one. But then if someone puts down be the Blackfyres during the Blackfyre Rebellion, and a couple of other people have put that, I will do that one as well. So there could be 2 possible new Let's Plays from this. First one, like I say, the one you all pick. The second would be, if there's one I think that has a particular little following going, but I would love to do. Because, yeah, let's say, there's a couple I can think of from both the new scenarios. It'd probably be one of the new scenarios if I was to pick it, because I really want to have a go at one of them, because they both look awesome. And really interesting, actually. I think they look the funnest. So I'm just going to go through them quickly now. I'll see you guys in a second. Hey guys, yep, this is the Blackfyre Rebellion scenario. What I'm going to do right now this second, I'm going to go through which ones are interesting in this particular scenario, and then I'm also going to talk about, in this scenario, families which I think would be a good family to be, but I haven't played as yet, just to give you a good idea of what I'd be thinking if I was to play as them. So then you can sort of have a good idea. Obviously in the comments you can put what you want me to do as that family. If there's a particular, let's say, goal I should reach. So let's say if I was Petra Littlefinger, Peter Baelish, try and take the Iron Throne or something, or cause as much chaos as possible. Do you know what I mean? Something like that, something silly. But in this scenario particularly, the Magnars in Skurgos are actually in open rebellion against the Starks. So that's one of the important things going on in this scenario. It's not as big as some of the other things going on, and obviously they're on their own. It's basically King's house against everyone. So yeah, I can't imagine they'd win. But then again, I don't really know how the events go. They may have put in some events which allow other North noblemen to join you. I'm not really sure. Like I say, I haven't really played as them. I haven't played this scenario, so I don't know how that would work out. I can obviously also be Brandon Stark, Brandon II, trying to fight off this rebellion. Again, I can't really imagine how it would be hard. But then again, like I say, I don't know the events and stuff, so like I say, who knows. The other thing also about this scenario particularly is I have not read the Dunk and Egg novels. I've been really wanting to. I know what happens. I know the story and the events that happen, but I haven't actually read the books. So any of the extra details about the history, let's say with the Blackfyre Rebellion and stuff, I don't really know about, but I know you get a lot of information on it from them, I've heard. Yes. So I wouldn't be as good at knowing exactly all these different people, the smaller lords and stuff. But yeah, so that's slightly annoying. Obviously the big ones though are the Targaryens. Could be Darren the Good. He is fighting against his bastard, I think it's half-bastard brother, who has been legitimized by his father. When he died, Darren became king. But then his half-brother, like I say, Daemon of Summerhall, Blackfyre obviously, he has Blackfyre sword, so I guess they named him after, well, he took the name Blackfyre from the sword. He's risen up in rebellion against the Targaryens. And basically, you need to try and, I'm assuming, ally with all the lords and try and gain the crown from the Targaryens. So I think it'd be a really cool scenario. It'd be nice to try and fight, Valyrian versus Valyrian. So you would win. I would probably side with Blackfyre, just because I think the name sounds so much more awesome than Targaryen. And obviously as a sword. I know there's a couple of dragon eggs in this scenario. There's no dragons, sadly. That'd be really cool, fighting dragons with dragons. But there are dragon eggs. I know there's 2. I think there's one with the Targaryens and one with the Blackfyres. But the people who have the eggs I think are quite young, if I remember correctly. So I don't really know how the eggs are going to work out. It'd be pretty cool to find out, see if you can try and hatch it. Like, I haven't really done much with the Targaryens or the dragons, so I don't know how to hatch it. I'll look into it obviously, definitely before I start a scenario as one of them, because I definitely would want a dragon. So yeah, those are the 4 main families. Obviously I could be anyone in this scenario. Obviously, I could be the Reach and I could ally with one of them. But yeah, that's basically it. Other important people or important families I haven't been, but I think would be quite fun to play as would be obviously Bolton. The Boltons would obviously be a favourite of mine. What I'm going to do actually, I'm going to go into Robert's Rebellion for this one. Roose the Reach Lord. The Boltons are obviously a big family. Sort of long enemies with the Starks. Obviously if I was them I'd be trying to sort of try and gain as much as I can. So you gain the Lord Paramountcy, gain the Iron Throne. Ambitious I'd say they were. But yeah, Boltons would be a good family to be. The Karstarks might be a good family as well. Obviously I'm going to be talking about a lot of Northmen nobles because we know quite a lot of them, so that makes it a bit easier. The Karstarks are a cool family. Obviously they're a branch off from the Starks. So yeah, maybe try and get the Lord Paramountcy for the North, replace the Starks. I don't know. Or maybe I could be a very loyal subject to the Starks because we're family. Long distance family, but we are family. So that'd be good. Umbar's obviously another one. The Great John, obviously. That might be quite a good one to play as. The Umbars, be a very loyal subject to the Starks, possibly. Fierce warriors, as we all know, so it'd be good when it comes to wars. Mormonts, not so interested in. The Manderleys. Sorry about this, I had to go do something. Yeah, Wyman, Manderley, that'd be a good family to do as well. The Manderleys obviously came from the south, still worship the Seven, but they were given a spot by the Starks, you know, in White Harbour. So very family with a big history. We know quite a bit about them. Obviously he's a bit gluttonous, he's a bit fat, but you know, might be a fun one to be. Just trying to think of anyone else in the north. No one particularly. There's a lot of other families, you know, Glovers, the Reeds, but none that really strike me as fun to be as. The Freys, for anyone, you know, who's read the books, the Freys are always a standout family. They got so many family members. They're just everywhere. Walder Frey is always an interesting character, and I think they'd be a really good family to be. Actually, they'd be fun. I'm not going to say, you know, exactly why, because like I say, this stuff hasn't happened and stuff in all these all these families and stuff. Like I say, it's hard to talk about the Carstocks, the Boltons and Manleys and about saying about happens in the books, but you know, these are just families I think are good. You know, the Frey's always a good one. The High Lordship, 2 places, a lot of family members. Yeah, they're a really big family. That'd be a fun one to be. The Blackwoods and Brackens would also be quite fun. I've heard they've added in their claims on each other's lands, so that'd be quite fun. Obviously they have the Bracken and Blackwood traits, which is quite fun. I'm not sure why they've only added it to them too. It'd be nice for other families to get those traits as well. I think it might be just because of we know they have like a really long rivalry which will never go. I'm assuming that's it, but it'd be nice for other families to get it. But then again, it's in their names anyway, so not really sure. Yeah, it's not a big deal, I guess. The Tullys, we haven't actually been the Tullys yet. I will say right now, I won't be any of the families I've been before. So I won't be Baratheon, Martell or Stark. So there's no point asking for them. Maybe in the future, in a different scenario, I might play as them again. But for the moment, I want to play as different families, keep things a bit more interesting, keep things rotating. So yeah, there's no point mentioning them, but the Tullys are another family, obviously, really important. Family, honour and duty. Their words. Was it duty, honour, family? Family, honour, duty? I can't remember which way around it is. But yeah, they're a big family. No one else in the River Run I can think of. Not River Run, sorry, the Riverlands. That I particularly think is that interesting. Obviously in the Vale, you got the Baelish. One of my absolute favourite characters from the franchise. He's probably is my favourite character. Peter Baelish, great. Would love to play as him. He's probably one of my... I think when I first played this game, I went straight and picked Peter Baelish, just because he's my favourite. Obviously, we could be the Aarons as well. High as honour is their motto. Good family, really interesting. Sadly, like I've said before, actually, in the books, we don't meet many Aarons. And the only ones we do are quite young. Obviously, John Aaron, there is a good example of what I'd see an Aaron as being. Obviously, we haven't been the Lannisters either. So the Lannisters are obviously a big family. You know all about the Lannisters. So there's no point me going into them. Very ambitious families, we know. Family is very important to them. Almost forgot, actually. I haven't been the Greyjoys either. The Greyjoys might be quite fun. Yes, the Greyjoys actually would be quite a fun one to be. Particularly in one I'm going to talk about later. The Castamere. The Reigns of Castamere are another family. They're not on this scenario, but in an older scenario, you can be the Reigns of Castamere. That would be a great one to be as. Maybe try and take Westerlands from the Lannisters, as he tried to, obviously, and then Tywin destroyed them. History is so good. That's what I mean. This showed us that this fiction is such good history. It just feels like a living, breathing world, like one of our own, and that's what makes it so good. In the Westerns, I can't really think of anyone else. Like, you've got, Crack or the Cleganes, but nah. The actual characters from the fiction, I don't find as interesting. But if you guys have been playing them, I could be the Cleganes and stuff. Obviously, we could be the Targaryens. Big family in all scenarios. Older ones obviously have dragons. This one would be Mad Ares. So that would be actually quite fun. No one else in the Crownlands really. Obviously, in the Clash of Kings scenario, we could always be Joffrey. We could always be the Lannisters in King's Landing. That might actually be an interesting one, because obviously everyone hates Joffrey and stuff. So I think it might be quite fun to be Joffrey. Imagine that you could just play as a complete bastard to everyone and try and keep him on the throne. I think that would just be hilarious. But yeah, that's down to you guys. Obviously I've been the Baratheons, but another character I like is Edric Dondarrion. I think this is actually his father. But Edric Dondarrion, the Dondarrions I think would be a good family. Edric Dondarrion is one of my favourite characters from the books. So yeah, I'd really love to be the Dondarrions. Even though we don't know much about the other Dondarrions, well I don't at least. I would still love to be the family just for that. He's not in this, but Davos, the Onion Knight, from the TV show and everything, he's one of my favourite characters as well actually. It'd be really cool to be him and trying to help Stannis, take the Iron Throne. That'd be really good. No one else particularly, again, in the Stormlands, no one else apart from those ones really interests me that much. But I mean, like I say, it is down to you. Like I say, if the one that's most said is not one I particularly like, I'll still play it. Because like I say, it's still fun to beat any of the families really. In the Reach we haven't been the Tyrells. Again, another important family we haven't been. The Hightowers would be a fun one as well. Very influential. The Tarleys, if you actually play, here we go. You play as the Tarleys in this scenario. Sam has not been sent to the wall. So you can actually play as Sam while Tarley. So, might be fun to play as them in this scenario. Robert's Rebellion. But yeah, like I say, that'd be a good one as well. The Red Wains are obviously another, should be another fun one. They're really rich, very influential. Another standout family really. The one I think I'd want to be is it these guys? Oakheart. I don't know why, but Ares Oakheart, I like that character as well. Might be fun to play as the Oakhearts. I think the name is awesome. It's one of my actual favourite names on the show, Oakheart. Could be a fun one to be. A bit of a lesser known family, like I say, we don't really know many characters on that, so I wouldn't be surprised they won't be picked. But, just another shout out to them. And then Dawn. One of the regions we know least about. I've been to Martells, Lemonwood. They sound by the dots. Lemonwood, I think this sounds awesome, but Yonwood. Is it the Yonwoods here? Yep. The Yonwoods would be a fun family to play. Always had very, what's the word? Influential figures, I think, in Dawn, from what I can remember. They sound like a fun family. A really good name as well. And then the Danes as well. Where are the Danes? I can never remember where they are. God damn it, where are the Danes? Oh, there we go. The Danes would be a great family as well. Obviously, they have the Sword of Dawn, which is passed down through the Danes. If I remember correctly, I'm not sure exactly. I think it's them. But that could be another fun family to be. Again, I had a good history of people go through their family, so that could be a fun one. Yeah, and I think that's basically, that's a quick rundown. Obviously, we could be a wildling. If you want me to really be a wildling, you can. But I don't think there's as much interesting things to do with them as the other families, like events and stuff. But you never know, they might have added some things in I don't know about, or I completely forgot about. Could always be Mance Rayder, King in the North, King Beyond the Wall, sorry. Then again, we could make him King in the North. Dun dun! But no. But yeah, that's a basic rundown of all the families. So yeah, if any of those catches your fancy, or anyone else catches your fancy, just like I say, tell me in the comments below, family and scenario, and anything else you want to add in. Because I think I'm going to start tomorrow. If no one's really made a comment or anything, I'll just pick myself. Just for fun, just someone I want to be. But yeah, that's the end of this. I'm now going to go on to the next scenario for Feast of Crows. So if you haven't read the books and you don't want to know what happens, please do not watch anymore. Seriously. No, don't. Go now. Please, just stop the video and go away. Like I say, because I don't want to ruin it for you. It really does just give everything away. It's absolutely absurd, that scenario. So I'm going to give you 10 seconds to go. Well, when I say 10, I mean I'm not be sure. I'm just going to wait a couple of seconds for you to go. Give you, chat. I'm giving you enough. I've already said loads already about sopping, so I've given you enough time to go change. It's all on you. I'll put in the headline for this video. Actually, I can't put in the headline for the video because it may make someone not watch it at all. So this, I explained at the start. That is fine, yeah. So yeah, I'm going to go now. Okay, bye. So did you go? Okay, So now hopefully you guys are all the ones who want to see. You've either read the books or you do not give a shit about spoilers. It's down to you. The reason I'm down here is because just in case you haven't taken my warning seriously, it's all above me. I decided to go down here because you can't actually see anything that gives anything away. Yeah. So there you go. Okay, I'm going to go through the Feast of a Crow scenario, telling you some good characters. Oh, I think there's some really good characters actually in this scenario, and some apparently really good events happen. So let's go through. I'm not going to go through the general families I said before. I'm going to go through some different ones that aren't in any of the other scenarios. So yeah, let's have a look. Who are the first ones I was thinking? Here you go. We got here is Aegon, Lord Aegon of Rainhouse at Westeros. He is now landed in the Westeros. He has the Golden Company with him, and yeah, he should be quite a good one. Be fun for him trying to take the Iron Throne. Yeah, I think that would be really good. And obviously, prominent character. You're gonna have to try and gain some allies because you're gonna be weak as fuck, and you're not gonna be able to stand a chance against the Lannisters as Aegon unless you make an ally. Most likely one being Dawn. Most likely. The next one would obviously be Tommen. Instead of being evil son of a bitch Joffrey, you could actually be the nice little Tommen who we all love, and his kittens. Could be a fun one. Obviously at this point in time you're pretty strong. You've got, you know, Crown Lands, you've got the Reach, you've got the Westerlands, you've got the Vale. I think, I'm not sure, maybe not, maybe you won't have the Vale. But I mean, look at this, you know, the Riverlands is basically, you know, gone. They won't be able to stand, you know, Edmund's not going to be able to stand against the Westerlands and the Crown for very long. But I think, you know, it might be quite fun to try and keep the Iron Throne. I don't think it'd be too hard to destroy everyone and keep it. But, you know, a bit after that, see what happens. And obviously the punishments you can give. Because as Tommen, you're going to be a nice little guy. Ah. And obviously the Kingsguard's changed a bit. The next guy is one of my favourites. Bronn of Stockworth. Bronn of the Blackwater. Now obviously at the start you're going to start off as in Stockworth. No kids obviously. You're going to have the bastard Tyrion. But I think this could be an awesome scenario, trying to get Bronn as high up as, you know, as possible, because he's very ambitious. You want to try and do as well with him as possible, and you're not going to give a shit about anyone else. So I think Bronn would be an awesome character to be, particularly if you want to see me play as a small one-landed character. He would be really good. And obviously, look here, warning: this scenario contains spoilers. So yeah, again, spoilers. Even though I've said a couple, but I gave you enough warnings. It's your own fault now. You know, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if it did ruin anything for you. But you know, yeah, that's what happens. But yeah, Bronn, probably my favourite. Then we got Peter Baelish, Littlefinger, Lord of Harrenhal, and obviously if we do defeat Riverrun, because at the start of this scenario, Riverrun is sieged, and so is the Blackwood. So yeah, once you defeat them both, it shouldn't take long really. I want a fort. Peter, I think, becomes Lord Paramount of the Riverlands. So that's a great scenario to play as him, you know, shouldn't be too hard, and you suddenly have the Riverlands as Peter Baelish. What can be more fun than that? Another one actually, Auron. Is it Auron? I think it's Auron. Auron Crowseye. He could be a really fun character to be. Obviously he has no heir, so it'd be interesting to see what happens. At the start of this scenario as well, Aisha and Theon are both in captivity. Theon is captured by Ramsay Snow, and Aisha is actually in captivity by Stannis Baratheon. So, you know, could be really interesting for them. Could be an interesting one of the players. You could have a few rebellions pop up, people claiming, you know, the Iron Islands supported those two. We got Victorian as well. I think it'd be a really interesting character to play as, particularly with all the chaos going on. It could be fun to be as him. At the start, they was at war with the Reach, so you'd have to keep doing that. But it could be fun to play as. I have to admit, out of all the Greyjoys, I think Theon's my favourite just because of the story he goes through. But Auron is probably my favourite character out of them. He's just so weird and crazy. And he's pretty smart as well. You've got to give him credit. He's not dumb. He knows what the hell he's doing. And then obviously, here we go. Ramsay. We could be Ramsay Snow, in control of Winterfell. Or his father, obviously the Leech Lord, Roose Bolton, who is now Paramount of the North. Pretty big thing to happen. But yeah, either one of them might be quite fun. Because at the start, I think you're not at war with anyone, but I think Stannis declares war on the north. Obviously, at the moment, he's stuck down here, but he does have a place in the Night's Watch. He has one of the small places in the Night's Watch. I think he then declares war on the north, which I think, splits the north up a lot. So people allying with you. Obviously the Hillsmen, probably Manderley. I would guess. I'm not exactly sure how this part works, but that sounds like a really awesome scenario. So yeah, it should split things up. Basically, that's going to be really important. If Stannis can actually win and gain support of the north, he actually then has a fighting chance, because obviously at the start of the scenario, he has not much. He has not got much, especially against this might of these three. He's not going to stand a chance. So he really needs to get this north. If he can, he actually could stand a chance. And then again, beyond the wall, you got Weimar Sixskins. You've got Tormund Giantsbane. You got a load of other guys up here, the Fens and stuff. Davin Sealskinner. There's a lot of cool families. So yeah, those are the main ones I noticed though. Interesting characters who you can't beat in any other scenario, but they could be really good for this scenario. This scenario actually for me seems like one of the funnest, just because it means you can actually finish off the books. You can actually decide what happens from the books at this point. The only bad thing, like I say, is that it's got spoilers. So what I'll do is on all my videos I'll put spoilers. You can't watch this unless you've read the books and stuff. But yeah, this could be a fun scenario. So yeah, it's down to you guys. Sorry this video was longer than it should have been, but there's a lot to go through. And you could have watched the first part and just said what you wanted anyway. So there, it could have been a longer short thing for you. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Looking forward to seeing what you guys think. Bye bye.